Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Joining myself, Fox Chair, on the show this evening is the two elder statesmen, Southside and Bridgman. How we doing, gentlemen?
Just let the listeners know you're older than me, but aye, good to be on with a legend that is the Bridgman and your good self. Starting already, Bridge, we're only on a second. Anyway, good evening.
Did you get my letters, mate, from my lawyer about these scurrilous remarks you made the other evening?
I didn't, but I do with all lawyers' letters, mate. I flung them in the bin. You know.
I thought you might have papered the wall with it.
No, I've done that. I've got 4 bedrooms here, good, man, and they're all papered with them, but the rest of them go in the bin, mate, as always.
How we doing, Bridge?
All right, Paul. Now, listen, what can I say? A big good evening to everybody. And I'm obviously like to get a shout out to the techie boys in the background, and of course yourself, Fox Chair, and Southside going to carry me through here. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world, I'm absolutely disappointed with the game last night. Disappointed. The score, well, we can accept a draw sometimes, but my goodness gracious, we didn't seem to play very well at all. So everybody, please. This is the Rangers. This is our team. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Yeah, Bridge, I think you're right to be disappointed. I think we're all disappointed. No, that the fact that we drew a football match. We've done that in the past, we'll do it in the future. But the circumstances in the match, when you show as little desire and hunger with the piece that we did, Southside, it leaves you feeling disappointed, doesn't it? We weren't good, mate.
Nah, we weren't. We're pretty poor, lack of urgency. Thought we could have stepped it up a bit, especially when you get into the last 20 minutes in the game. Thought we should have showed a bit more urgency in that, but it was a bit laid back again as usual. But as what it is, mate. Listen, we're no miles out it. We're no miles out it. Disappointing to drop the 2 points because we wanted to keep the run going. But we're by far and away no out this. Still plenty of games to go, and there'll be still more drop points for the other two. That's for sure. We just need to make sure that we don't drop any more if possible. Because I think we could get...
You put your finger on what you think happened yesterday, mate?
Listen, it's always the same when you come back for a European game. You've got to grind the result out more or less. And you try to change the formation slightly, freshen it up a bit. But it was, listen, when it came half time, you could have took off Scott, and you could have took off Asgard, and you could have took off the gas man. It wouldn't have mattered. You could have took the 3 of them off because they three...
I'll be honest with you, mate. I thought the 3 of them did go off at half time.
Aye, they never functioned. We never created as much as a unit, but we needed to show urgency and put a tempo in the game, and we didn't. Can I just give a shout out to all the troops that are on the YouTube feed this evening? There's quite a lot of them in there, Stephen and Radpo and Capability and Dado and William and that, so I'd like to thank them for joining us this evening. But aye, mate, it's just disappointing that we've kept a clean sheet, but we had to make sure that we got the 3 points in the bag, to be honest. And we never...
If their goalie had been man in a match, Southside, you know, and we can't say that, can we? What did we have? We were shot and target. Apart from that, I'm struggling, mate. And that was offside. No, we'll give an offside. That's up for a whole different debate, you know. But I can't remember any other shots in target, mate.
No, it was poor. And if you're not creating chances, it doesn't matter how many strikers you've got in the park. You're not going to score goals. And that's been your problem. We're not creating for our strikers. You could say, well, they're missing. But they're not even getting chances. And that's the problem. And that's down to the players in the other forward positions. Either not moving the ball quick enough into the spaces where we should be creating for our strikers. But listen, we're still in the league title, mate. I know it's a bit, but it's disappointing. But we need to get back to we needed a bit of intensity in the game yesterday, and I just thought it was lacklustre all the way through. Mikey Moore came on and injected a wee bit into the game for us, but a lot of the players out there just never done enough. And the gas man, he might score the odd goal here and there, but he's miles off it. I'll talk about him later for about his carry on was about the Rangers supporting yesterday, but nah, he was poor again, and his attitude, I think, he's getting an issue with as well. Ops.
I just think he's a guy who can't pass the ball. I don't think he can pass it. But listen, Bridge, I really can't put my finger on it. You know, listen, you can get mugged in a game of football, play well, and get pounded and goal. I remember when we talked at Tannadice a few months back, mate, and we said, "Oh, how did we drew the match and got the last minute equaliser?" And you're scratching your head saying, "How was that? No 8-2. Wasn't it like that yesterday? Was it?
No. I think I hate to say it. My best pals are from many years ago when I worked the coal mines. It was a boy from Edinburgh. Jimmy was a huge Hibs fan, high B, you know, and I always wound him up. And he wound me up a couple of times as well. But seriously, he'd have been really laughing last night. He's passed away now, but he would have really laughing last night because they absolutely bossed us. There's times in that game we never even looked like catching the ball or getting the ball or tackling anyone. They're never in the same position as the Hibs players. And they passed the ball. You could see, I was going to say, when we don't find our man, we can sometimes blame the weather, we can sometimes blame the pitch. But that team was playing against us, didn't need to worry about the weather or the pitch, because their passes was always good.
There was no excuses yesterday.
None
the
at all.
pitch was there was no wind, there was thing, you know, and sometimes
no bottle. That's what it was. We had no bottle.
Maybe you're right there. So see, we've talked about this before on the show. We played a 4-2-3-1, but the tactic looked to me as if Gasman would go inside and Magahoma would go up the outside. We were trying to find him as Gasman brings the guy in. Yeah, Magoma had a couple of times he's good, and he's got to run 60 yards to get there for a start. And it's not going to last for a whole game, but that looked as if that was our only tactic, because the rest of the time we were slow, pedestrian. And I'll go back to my point again. In the final third, mate, we cannot pass the football. Either take too long or our passing's totally inaccurate.
Aye, 100%. Gasman's passing yesterday was pathetic, you know, he had some good opportunities to just thread a simple pass through and couldn't find a Rangers player with the ball. Midfield's maybe wasn't the right blend either. We've not got running or a player that'll run for midfield for deep and run by into the box.
Were you expecting Diamandi to appear at half time?
I thought he might. I thought we might have probably chucked on Mikey Moore for the gas man, to be honest. That's what I was thinking along the lines. I thought Diamandi could come on, then I thought, well, if you're taking Asgard off, then you might probably put Bajrami in there and see if he could go and do something. Because, or put Mikey Moore in and try and maybe stick him in the middle of the park. I thought we'd have tried something, but he kept it just for the first wee bit of the second half before he started making changes. Listen, Diamante's passing was poor yesterday, no, when he came on. There's a few times simple passes, and he didn't make them. Put them behind a player. He nearly put one out for a throw in.
After a brilliant bit of skill.
Yeah, aye, and that's the thing about him. I mean, he showed a good bit of energy and stuff when he came on the park, but we need creativity. We need that final pass. We need a ball through that it's going to be dangerous through for the player to have a shot at the edge of the box or inside the box or whatever. He's not got that killer pass in him, but he'll run about in the middle of the park and he'll do a bit of energy and he'll pick up balls and he'll sit deep and stuff like that. But we need more than that. We need a midfielder that runs for midfield that can go in and link with the play and go by the strikers and run into the box or get yourself in the box. And somebody like Scotty Arfield just today for midfield just glance in the box, glide into the box and be there and could normally finish. And we've got a workman-like midfield, but we don't have that player that can just go and burst through. But listen, we know our limitations. It doesn't mean you can't win games. He's made us hard to beat. He's got us back to that sort of try to keep a clean sheet. And Jack Butland gave him credit. He did some really good saves yesterday to keep us in the game. But that's what we should be doing up the other end. And it's just sadly that they three, Gasman, Olsen and Asgard, didn't go and create or get many shots on goal against that goalkeeper. That's the downside for us, Hawks.
Aye, listen, I thought they were all equally bad. And you know I'm not a lover of Asgard at times. I mean, some of his moments have been absolutely out of this world. Out of the piece, I think he because of the way he plays the game, when it doesn't come after him, he looks lackadaisical, Bridge, you know?
Yeah, I think if we look at it overall last night, there's no very many plus signs in winning the second ball. Rangers never won any second ball, hardly any second ball. Our midfield, very, very poor. But when the ball broke from defence and we picked it up, everybody started running forward, which is good, get there. But as we talked about just a minute ago, the final pass, that dreadful. Or even somebody holding the ball and holding the ball and holding the ball, and all of a sudden he's up against a wall of 4 people. He's not going to get, well, generally not anyway, he's not going to get through there with the ball. The ball is probably not going to get past the defenders because they're cutting everything above grass level. So it's very difficult. And my heart goes out to them. They're trying. Some of them are trying their best. I thought last night that big Fernandes came alive so far as being able to save things for Rangers. And so Suter came back as well, done very, very well, I thought. And the goalkeeper, to me, was outstanding. I liked Fernandes. I thought he put so much into that game. He was up there for the headers, maybe not very good with the headers right enough, but he was up for them and he was putting his body about. But I can't forgive the coaches for allowing our centre halves to be the playmakers standing in the halfway line or just inside the opposition. That's nonsense. It's just utter nonsense. We should have a midfielder who's a commanding midfielder that's going to do that for us. Somebody gets in there and can take the ball. Sorry, pal.
Bridgman, are you saying to me the big stookies at the back should get the boys that can play football? Is that what you're saying?
Almost assuredly. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't say too much bad about Suter and Fernandes.
Two best players yesterday.
Yeah, but when they play football, they find out that they're moving the ball up to the halfway line or just close to it, and maybe into the other half. And there's nowhere they can go. They're not the greatest dribblers in the world. And forgive me when I say this, I don't want to see any of those 2 people dribbling against anyone. But when they do it, they're sometimes better than the ones that we've got in midfield who can't dribble. So we're needing better players in midfield, or better players to show better in midfield.
I'll come to that in a minute, mate. I've just got some breaking news. Exclusive Sky. Brian Arty joins Glasgow Rangers for Hansi Rostock. The transfer season is over. The fee of around 5.5 million plus sell-on euros. Sell-on clause. And the deal becomes the most expensive three-Liga transfer of all time. Yeah. So we're waiting for the details to see if he's on player now. Because we thought the deal was done Southside, but we don't know if it's in the summer or not. Yeah.
It's got to be done anyway, mate. There's no point in hanging about. I know we're doing it for the club or building a squad for the future, but I would think at that money that we've paid and everything, I think the deal will be done. We'll wait and see to get confirmation. But I would believe it's done now, and he's your player.
It looks as if any moment now the Rothwell deal will be confirmed, mate. Yeah.
Aye, that's done. That deal is done, but I was just waiting on the confirmation, mate.
I don't see anything so far. It says he's. Let me see. Let me just wait and see if I can get some as we're talking. Mr. Fox is on the case. He might throw it fry to Germany. He fancies Hamburg. Right. If it's all right with you two, gentlemen, we'll get the phone lines open. Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
We'll take it for there because everybody was pretty much disappointed and saying the same thing. I'll come back to where I think the problem lies with the midfield Southside. See if you see it the same, mate. After we get the phone lines open, yeah.
Aye, I'm sure there were a few people wanting to phone in the night.
Aye, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye, here's how I see it. Yeah, a lot of the time yesterday when we ended up with, particularly, I don't know if you noticed that Raskin was getting into between the right back and the centre back. So in midfield, we had one player in front of our centre backs because let's be honest, Asgard and that were pushed up, and apart from the tactic where the gas man came short inside to try and get it, well, you know he's never going to hurt teams that much when he's in where all the bodies are. But anyway, I'll come back to it. So we've been joined by Ross. Evening, Ross.
All right, brothers. Nice outside.
Evening, Ross.
All right, Ross, how are you, pal?
After that last results game, shocking, mate. As I say, all I'm going to say is, Daniel, see if you're listening, going to talk to your players and get them to start scoring. I don't know what's happening to you. He's a funny bits, mate. I'm a Rangers fan through and through. Come on, Rangers. Let's get into them.
We weren't good yesterday, Ross. I don't think anybody's arguing that. And let's be honest, mate, we didn't look scoring, did we?
I know, not.
Can you put your finger on it, Ross?
Just the players just gave up. It didn't look as if they were going to score. Just apparently thought wasn't noticed because we played Porto. Noticed? No. I don't know what ran them. What do you think, Southside?
I think it's always harder to get a result sometimes when you've played in Europe, Ross. No, but he sort of changed the team up a bit and tried to refresh it. And listen, we should be going Easter Road and winning. They've not beat us there for 20 years. You know, we should have been picking up the points. I think we were slow, lethargic, and a lot of our play. And we know our limitations, but we shouldn't have been taking. Hibs shouldn't have been putting the pressure on us that we soaked up at times in Butland, making a few saves, either at home and either have a go at us. But I thought we gave them a bit too much respect, stood off the ball and let them sort of try and play a bit. But listen, mate, we've dropped to 2 points, Ross. But listen, we're still well in this hunt. And if you look like it, we've signed the striker. I think for the money we've paid, because I think we've paid a bit extra. I believe it'll be announced that he's in the door and he's signed, and he'll not be here in the summer. I think if we put that money out, I believe he'll be in the door now. We've got a right winger, we've got a midfielder, and we've got a left back. So, yeah, let's go for this now. Let's batter this mob and all and get into it. But it was disappointing yesterday, mate. But listen, we've got to soldier on and just get stuck in. Because the other two in front of us at the moment aren't any great shakes, Ross. So let's get stuck right in here now, mate, and hopefully we'll not be dropping any more points.
I just want to say, I mean, they keep wanting to walk the ball into the net. Is this what we're back to last year? Let's put it back to last year, walking the ball into the net. What is the point in that? Do you know what I mean?
Well, if you don't shoot, you'll never score, Ross. You're right. I think there's a combination of a lot of things, but it's not just the shooting, mate. We've not got a lot of great strikers, and when I mean strikers of the ball, and our team, maybe Asgard, arguably the best, but he was poor yesterday. We don't put the crosses in. We don't get the ball in the box enough. We don't get enough men in the box when we're going forward. There was a lot wrong yesterday. A lot wrong.
I mean, I just think it was shocking. We played disgraceful. We just absolutely gave up. There was no run for us. There was no nothing. Just absolutely poor. And I don't want to see that. I want Rangers to get them battered goals every. I can't remember if we can, but let's, as that Southside says, let's go for this. We're signing boys right, left, and centre. The money we're spending. Let's go for this, Rangers. We are the people.
Cheers, Ross. Always
A
good.
good shout,
brother.
that's a good shout, yeah.
You take it easy. You know, Southside, it's hard to disagree with the boy. We hardly had a shot in goal.
I know, that's the poor thing. And that's down to the players in the forward areas. In the midfield and the forward players have got to go and create.
I'll go back to that with the midfield, mate. So
defenders were doing their job,
Keep
you know.
the clean sheet along
And
with
the goalkeeper done what he had today. But at the end of the day, we adapt to points and we're not creating enough chances up front. But listen, we've been doing that for a while in certain games. Not every game, but there's been in certain games when we've been like this. But listen, hopefully it'll change. We just got to keep soldiering on, mate. And hopefully he'll pick the right sort of mix in the midfield that can go out and create chances, or people go and take their own initiative and go and commit players, and get yourself in the box and hopefully flood the box with players. And if you flood the box with players and the ball comes in, you have more chance of hitting a target. So it is what it is, mate. We'd up to 2 points sillily, stupidly yesterday, and a lot of people have already chucked it because we dropped 2 points, and that's the disappointing thing for some people that I've seen and heard, and a couple of my pals have said the same thing, and I just laughed. It's just, you daft. Or 6 points. I mean, think where we were when Danny Rowe came in. Many points were behind Hearts and that mob. So, aye, we didn't want to drop points, but I don't believe Hearts will pick up maximum points in their next 4 games. And we've got a couple of tricky fixtures to negotiate, but hopefully we'll negotiate it, and then we'll take the points off Hearts when they come to Ibrox, and we'll batter that mob across the city when they come to Ibrox, and then we'll see where we are then at the start of March.
Aye. I'm still not picking anything up to try and find out the details of this deal, but I'll keep trying. Mr. Fox is on the case. But going back to the midfield, and Briggs can come in with us. When Raskin goes to that, it was 9 times out of 10 the right hand side he goes to get the ball. So when we push up with this, the 4-2-3-1, and the players are up next to the forwards, if we take the ball up, we'll lose it, mate. Richmond, then you see the problem with the shape, because it becomes a basketball game, and they're breaking away right on top of your defence. And if your defence step out to try and get the ball, you only have to play it. They can't go back the way because the other team keeps coming up because there's no midfield. And that's without getting into the creativity. Just, I've always had issues with the 4-2-3-1 when you're attacking, mate, and if you don't get it right, you actually gear away the midfield, mate, because you're expecting 2 guys to cover some amount and run, especially when young Nico's gone covering them away or trying to get the ball down it, if you like, near enough the right back position. You're not in midfield. Rich, I don't know if you picked any of that up.
Oh, yeah, I picked it all up, pal. I'm watching my midfield getting absolutely battered, easily beaten. They're venturing too far up, and they've not got the pace, and they don't have the skills to get past a very stubborn and tough Hibernian midfield plus whoever they've got in the defence. So you're talking about sometimes 8 men, you know, and as soon as we lose the ball, they break, and they've got pace all the way through their team to the goalkeeper, all the way to the centre forward. They've got pace, and all they need to do, and we've seen them doing it, is push a ball up there, and one of the midfielders will pick up, and then before you know it, it's it's passed straight across diagonally, and one of the wingers, whatever side they're going on, one of the wingers will pick that ball up, and they'll tear down the wing, and we don't have anybody that can catch them. Because some of these guys are kind of speed merchants, you know, and they do it, and it's left to people like Sutton and Fernandes to put their body on the line, and they did it last night. So a lot of great blocks, and the goalkeeper too coming out and blocking, because they had 2 or 3 chances. I thought we're not going to get a goal here, and they're going to beat us. That's what I was thinking, because they were making these chances. Even balls down the inside left, inside right channel were coming down high. So the centre halves have got to move right and left to cover these balls, which, you know, you could say, well, that's what they're supposed to do anyway. But there ain't a midfielder. There ain't a midfielder coming back and with enough pace to actually get the ball when it breaks. They're not picking it up. They're not picking up first ball or second ball. And that's the difficulty with midfield, in my opinion. So you can have good goalkeeper, you can have good defence, but see, when your midfield's not working, it can cause a major problem. And how many times did we go up the park? We're going at pace as well, and all of a sudden we can't do anything with it, and we lose the ball. And we got somebody remoored, maybe eventually trying to beat 3 or 4, maybe 5 players, It's not going to do it. It just isn't going to do it in this league. So we need to be a lot smarter and better. And for God's sake, cross the ball. And it's just
Well, I'll tell you what, Briggs, there was times yesterday if we crossed the ball, there was no in the box.
I know that, but let's get it into your game. Get to a certain point and then cross the ball. Far side of the 6-yard box, both ways. Chip it over there, and somebody's going to say, right, let's put a centre forward up there. I think that big Chermiti is a fantastic player for us, but he's never, ever, ever going to get the ball because the balls that are coming through him are suicide balls for a start. Sometimes too pacey, but other times they're behind him, and so on and so forth. But he could do it. He's a big, tall fella, and he's the only one in our team that actually rummels people up and outside, away for the goalkeeper or the centre halves. He'll rummel them up. If we don't do anything with the ball when we get it, we just don't do it.
Yeah. Listen, you can talk about the centre forward all you want, and then sometimes he's guilty of not getting in the box. But apart from one moment, I think he's got to shoot with his left foot, mate. He tries to thread it through to Gasman. I don't think he'd done an opportunity, Susie.
Nah, he worked hard and sort of chased down and knocked some high balls up to him, but he wasn't getting them into scoring positions where you could turn around and say, well, he fluffed it or he wasn't there and missed a chance goal. He made a good save, and that's the issue, I know. We've scored a lot of goals for set pieces and stuff in the last wee while, and we've scored a few for open play and whatnot, but nah, we played far better in the Thursday night against Porto, the way we set up than what we did against Hibs. But it's these games, sometimes I've watched them over the years and years when we've been playing in Europe. These are the ones where you need to go and grind it out at times and make sure no matter what you get the result. Even the last 10 minutes, we could have probably thought, why not fling Fernandes up the park? Play high balls, let him go up and win balls and see if we can pick up second balls round about the box. But didn't even try that. And sometimes it looks like an act of desperation when you do things like that. But see, at the end of the day, it might have been a tactic, it might have worked. Because he's massive with the height, 6'5", and all you need to do is just put a few balls in and let him go and stick his head on it and see if he can knock one down to somebody. But we didn't even try that. It's the usual. We just play the same way and try and get a goal. But I thought we could have mixed it up a wee bit against Hibs and tried that and flung Fernandes up. But we chose not to, Ox.
No, again, if you do put Fernandes up, mate, you've still got to get the ball in there. And we seem to get an awful lot right in the wings as well. And it wasn't just Gasman, let's be honest. Olsen was pretty non-existent as well. The fullbacks weren't putting the balls in for particularly. Magoma started okay, and then you're expecting him to make 80-yard runs all the time. I know he's fit and he's keen, but nobody can keep that. Sterling was more defensive and tried to just play himself back in. I didn't have his best game, wasn't the worst, but he's not the kind he's going to wrap it in with his fit, run the ball and that's not his game. He's not that type of player, but is he?
No, that's not. It's not. I agree with you there. I think that Mr. Sterling last night, he was galloping up the pitch, but when he got to somewhere around about the 18-yard box or that area around there, he couldn't even. By that time, the defenders have caught up with him, and so on and so forth. And he never. I don't think he got one cross in. Maybe ball might have went in, but it thrown along the ground or something. I just don't think any of our defence. I think the wee left back's no bad, but for getting up there and maybe getting the ball in if we can get a chance. But I don't see what it was. When we scored our goal, we should have 4 defenders at all times in their half. 4 defenders at all times, because they've got very pacey guys. We wanted it straight away. Hang on to that. Just hang on to it. Don't lose it. I'm talking about if we had one up, but we didn't go one up, and there you go. But with a wee bit of possession we were holding, we were doing quite well. I just can't believe. The one goal was at the European game. We should have, again, back to that. We should have 4 guys in our half at all times, but unfortunately our defence That's literally 3 own goals, to be perfectly honest.
Let's be honest. Let's really be honest again. If you look at the last 3 performances, we got the goal against Porto, and we were okay, and then they came into the game, and we had a mad 10 minutes, or maybe a bit longer than that, but we lost 3 goals. The second half, we actually controlled most of the play outside and created pretty much zero, mate, for having the ball constantly about 30 yards out. The D game, it looks easy when you see the score, but up until injury time, mate, we created very little. And then Sunday, so basically in 3 games, if we're honest, we haven't created a lot.
No, we haven't, and we have struggled in that department for a wee bit of time, like you're saying, in certain games. But that's what it is, Oxen. We'll just need to try and improve on it.
Aye.
And we need to get the midfield and the front 3, or whatever it is, functioning, and get it done. I've just had a text in to say Rangers are going to put out it'll be on Twitter shortly. Next 5 minutes, I believe, he'll go Rothwell will be confirmed at Sheffield United. And we got money for him. He's away in a permanent deal. So that's one that's definitely, you'll see it'll come up in the next 5 minutes, I believe. It'll be there.
Best for all parties, mate. Best for parties.
Aye, well, we're getting money in for him, and he's off the books, and he's gone. And he didn't really contribute too much in a Rangers jersey, so it's probably best for everybody that he moved on. And
undisclosed, mate. Undisclosed.
I don't know.
That'll be my gut feeling, mate. Yeah.
I just know we got money from him, and he's away in a permanent deal.
I still waiting to see if I get anything confirmed about the big for Germany, but there's a problem with the wide men. At times on them, we've got to them with no level of consistency. They're not creating enough chances, and even if you take Gassama, whose goal scoring return is okay, well, fantastic, but it's okay. But if you think back, he's not created many chances Southside,
No, at all. Sorry, mate. I was just getting sent something else.
Right.
But no, and listen, that seems to be a problem with what players that can go and create. If you look at through the team, like Gassman has got a bit of skill and ability, which should be able to go and get you creating down the left. Scott Wilson's obviously trying to get up to speed, right? We've seen that when Finlay Curtis was in the team, he set up a couple of goals there against Dannon and one in Europe, although he's away to Kilmarnock now. Mikey Moore's capable of scoring or creating for you. Asgard's the one that should be doing it more often and more regular, because he's that type of player. Bezrami's been in and out, but he has got skill and ability, and you think he's another one that, if can get in certain positions on the park when he's on the ball, should be able to go and create or set something up for our strikers. The thing is, we can't see our strikers are missing chances. They're not getting into the positions, and we're not creating for them. That is the issue at the moment. I mean, when was the last time you turned and say, well, he had a chance, but he fluffed it?
I'm just confirming you, it's even on BBC that are saying that Joe Rothwell was joined the English Championship, Sheffield United, on a permanent deal for an undisclosed fee. He's off the books, we'll get a few quid in. I'm happy with that, Bridgeman. I think it makes sense for both parties.
Yeah, I think I hope we were all going to get something a wee bit, but it's not going to be mega bucks, obviously. But he's gone, and I'm afraid I don't know what his contribution was game-wise. It wasn't very much. And unfortunately for him, I think, to be honest, Rangers were too big for him. He couldn't lift his game any higher than it was. I don't know whether I was maybe no fit or you name it. You could have a million thoughts in there. But I'm pleased he's gone, and maybe he's gone to the level he's good at, insofar as football's concerned. But when us Rangers fans look what's happening to our team, we are wondering what level we're at, because we've done really good results and unbeaten runs and things like that. But my goodness gracious, what is going on with us? We're playing against Hibs at Easter Road, and we look as if We look as if we don't know how to play football at times. Seriously.
Only good. Just for anybody that's listening, they'll be great. Glad to know. I'm really looking forward to it. Scott Wright is back in Scottish football Southside, yeah.
Oh, no.
Where'd he come from? Dundee?
Dundee.
Okay.
Actually, he'll probably play good for them.
Yeah.
According to Rangers, they've done that set. There's nobody else getting signed. We've done a transfer business for January. See you on Wednesday night at Ibrox.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, watch your space. Watch your space. We're trying to do two things at once here, aren't we? We're trying to talk about yesterday. We're trying to look at the transfers, but we'll see what happens, mate. We'll wait for some details on my big forward. I hope you're right, mate, because I think that will mean the knock-on effect at the Neil will move on. Because would they go with two strikers, mate? If he was the sign between now and the end of the season, well, it'd be a bit of gamble, wouldn't it?
I think Daniel will be signing the night of the tomorrow morning in Holland. I think that will be sorted. I think a striker, I believe he's coming in. I think we've paid slightly more than what was originally reported to get him. And I think probably because we've paid that bit extra, I believe he'll be in the door now. And that's just my own opinion. I've not getting to back it up, but I believe that will be the case, and hopefully maybe find out shortly before we go off the show.
Right.
But I would think at the money we've paid for him. And listen, it's been a no bad transfer window considering. If the deal's done and dusted, we've signed the right winger, and hopefully he'll be up to speed in time. We've got a midfield and a left back, and I believe that'll be it. The only disappointing thing is Matondo's still here. That's probably about the only.
He's only got weeks to go, mate. And let's be honest.
No, I know, but it's still stealing a wage, innit?
Who's going to sign him, mate? Would you?
No, but that's the material. He's a professional football player, and somebody will take him. Well,
is he, mate? Is he?
That is a professional wage thief. Either or, you know what it's like. He'll get signed by somebody because somebody will think that they can do something with him, and that's what happens. And it'll be up to him whether he's got it in his locker to go out and play week in, week out, or is he going to be like a Daniel Sturridge or things like that in the past and just be a sick note, so we'll find out in time. But hopefully once he goes, I'm not need to worry. I'm not really be that bothered what he does.
This is a bit Nadira. I'm just putting up from one side, nothing confirmed yet. Rangers play like Kilmarnock in the league on Wednesday. Nadira's debut depends on documents and confirmation. So it's as if what you're saying is correct, mate. Yeah, but that's not official. That's for an unofficial site. I'm reading that, yeah.
I think just with that money and that, like I said, I think we can't be paying that amount of money and say we'll see you in June. We need a striker in. We need somebody to come into the team, and I think it will be confirmed. Hopefully we'll get it before the end of the show. But I'd like to think, he'll be here for the weekend.
Aye. Listen, if you take the window stand alone, Cherwani and Olsen came in with Romans, and then we brought this striker. Let's be honest, before the last couple of weeks, none of us had ever heard of the boy, had we? So we don't know what he's going to be like. You're like to think it'll be the Danny Rowe connection. Hopefully a big physical, fast centre forward who offer us something different than what we've got just now. We've got a big physical, fast centre forward, but he might want to play the two. He might want to change it.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah. We'll see what we do, mate. If the manager wants him Southside and he thinks he's going to improve the squad and the team, I'm all right with that. It might not turn out like that, but the manager's got to be involved in getting people in, yeah?
Aye, 100%. I think that boy who've just signed the striker, I think that's probably Danny Rowe knows about him. Listen, we're spending close to, I don't know, was that about £15 million in January we're spent roughly? that deal goes through and whatever else. So, listen, we've spent money. And it's to strengthen the squad and to make them better. So, listen, Kavanagh and that's sort of done what they could, and I think we might have had the deal done a bit earlier with the striker if it hadn't been for Handa Rostock hanging it out. And now we've got him.
If you were a selling club and a big club showing interest, would you know hang it out as long as you can to see if you get a bidding war?
Aye, obviously, and I think it's the biggest transfer fee in that division for a long time. So, but aye, probably you're getting close. The window's just about shut, and they've probably shoved it up an extra wee bit.
Maybe that's what's happening with Tondo, mate. There's that many offers come in, they don't know what to take.
I'd have took the first one.
Bridge.
That was quite funny, that one. I don't know about the transfers, to be perfectly honest with you. If we've signed a nice big tall centre forward, it'll take us back to days of with Mark Hateley and Derek Johnson. People with a bit of height, over 6 feet, and be able to do and look at, as long as they're going to look after themselves. And please, I would absolutely love two centre forwards with height. That'd be great. What a target! What a target for the midfielders. They can chip the ball into them and so on and so forth. That would be just great. The goalkeeper from goal kicks, anything at all, you'd batter up the park and let them go up there and fight for it. And we could do the other as well. We could do the passing stuff and so on and so forth. But it's always better to go for the high one, and then if the centre forward wins it, the guys coming forward will really fight for a second ball and win their battles. And that's where it's all. We're losing every battle. We're not winning any man-to-man, but at all, I see we're losing them all. So I think we want to get that if possible. And that two big centre forwards, please. Let's get it, try it. It might not work for us, but give it a try. And I think that big Sharmiti's a smashing big player. He gives his heart, and he's always there.
He's isolated. There was one point in the second half. He took the ball in and turned forward. There wasn't another range.
No, so I actually said that. Don't stop, but don't turn around.
Instead of that's some god consider the size of his telly outside, isn't it?
Very good.
Aye, certainly is.
But yeah, you're right.
In the second half, so he said he turned and he was sort of bustling, and I think he went by maybe the first one, and he was outcried. There wasn't any other Rangers playing the picture, mate. You had the two wide men who were. That's where he started second half, mate. They were there. There was Asgard. I don't know where. I couldn't work out, but he was playing in the second half. Yeah, I thought for the first 20 minutes he disappeared. You know, but so Shamiti can't do it all himself, but we don't know how good a goal scorer the boy is, because I think you hit the nail on the head, Southside. We've not really made him that many chances with the piece.
No, we haven't. If you look at the two goals he did score across the city that day, we set one up for him, and he made one himself. But it'll come eventually, Oxley. We've got to, as a team and a unit, we've got some. If you look through the squad, I know we can't put them on the park at one time, but we've got players there that can create and look like they can create. And it's just about making sure that they do it on a regular basis. I want to get that gas man off my chest now, actually.
The floor's yours.
I think when you're out in that park for Glasgow Rangers and you're be seen by the support that's standing there paying good money to watch you, then any criticism that comes your way, you deserve to take. And I think when you're standing there staring at the support, shaking your shoulders, as if to say, go and chase yourselves to the support, then I think you've got a problem. When James Tavernier's shouting at you to quit it and stop your carry on to one of his teammates, then I think that says it all and could clearly be heard from behind the goal on Sunday. And
You
then
think he's a
Diamant.
bad apple, Southside? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. Maybe just didn't like the way he was getting criticised for the support. But at the end of the day, you're there to go out and try. And for us standing there watching it, he didn't look like he was trying a leg at all. And it's not the first time. But listen, there's loads of players done it. Tierney done it with his arms at the support at Ibrox. Josh Windass is just as all at Partick Thistle, remember, and Cammy Fraser's gave the governor the V sign. No,
I'm not
But-
through that story.
players sometimes take the hump, right? But when you're told by two of your teammates, and even Diamondi said to him at the corner flag to shut up and get on with it, then there'll only be one winner, and it'll be us as a support that travel week in, week out and follow your club. If you want to sit and criticise him for lack of effort or shout at him, people are shouting at him for lack of effort, never then, so be it. Go out and prove us wrong. Don't stand there and geese the eyes and shrug your shoulders and have a go at us for people that done it.
I can't criticise him for lack of effort in the second half, Southside. I didn't know he was on the pitch.
Aye, I know. I'd have hooked him at half time, if I'm honest. I would really have hooked him. But if you want to play the games with the support, try it. There'll only be one winner, and it'll certainly not be him. Maybe he's off, maybe he wants out the door, maybe he wanted his move away and we've not sanctioned the move, and maybe that's what's wrong with him. But while you're in that, while you're representing your football club and you're getting the pleasure to go in the park in front of other players who maybe deserved a chance, considering, and you can score a goal midweek and think you've done enough, but it's about what you do in the next game. And the league, for me, is more important than scoring a goal in the Europa League. And he wasn't cutting the mustard on Sunday. Not just him, but when you're going to try and eye the support up and make a gesture to the support behind the goal, then silly fool, mate.
Listen, I think we've used the term on here that he said the petty lip on a few times, Bridge, when he's come on and the like, right? You know, and we get it. People are temperamental. Different people see different things. Maybe getting upset about getting took off. That doesn't bother me, but you've got to show an attitude, and it's positive when you get there on that pitch, and the support of your teammates, mate. And then if he isn't, if they don't think he's got the right attitude, it was not just the people off the pitch, you'll also the people on the pitch, yeah. We've all played with them.
Yeah, like I think Gazman, I believe tell me if I'm wrong. I believe we have got an offer in like what €10 million or something like that. Or something
Your
like that.
speculation, Bridge.
That's all right. Well, we'd forget about that. But I believe that he'll get us money, but he's got to find the form, get it back again, and show us that he can do it week in, week out, all the time. 90 minutes of trying. That's what we need. I saw it. I liked him. I like the way he sometimes coming back, picking the ball up and get it distributed over on the other side, wherever he is, get it swept over the other side. I like that in him, but I really don't want him back. I want him up at front, you know. But then he might be in fact he might be back there for corners or free kicks or something. But I think he's a guy that we should have on the attack. He's the man you should be slipping the ball up to or chipping it over to on the left wing and let him do his wee bit magic and run at the guys. He ends up stopping and starting, and before he knows it, he's got three guys running about him, and he'll never win by three guys. Very rarely he'll go past three guys. So as far as I'm concerned, he needs to do better than that. And first time when he's down there, get the ball over. Obviously make sure there's another player there. And that's where your midfield comes in. They should be up there with him, right behind him. You know, we cut back for the midfield and let somebody have a dig at goal. Oh God Almighty! I've said something stupid there. Midfield, don't shoot. Well, anyway, you know what I mean.
I'm not getting any great strikers in the ball. Listen, if Gassama the club, if it has been pure speculation that somebody did have an offer in Bridge, if Rangers don't think it's enough, it's up to his agent to find the club that we don't want to sell. We're in that position when somebody's got a contract.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to be here, ultimately, if that's the message that Southside's portraying, He doesn't want to be with us. It's simple for me. You get a deal done, you get him out, because I don't want anybody going for your team that doesn't want to be with us, because we have to win every game where possible. Anyway, we've been joined by Billy. Evening, Billy.
Evening, gentlemen. Good evening.
Hey, Billy.
Hiya. How you doing, mate? You all right, buddy?
Right, Billy.
Aye, brilliant, pal.
How's it going, Southside? Listen, I'm glad we've got a striker in at the window there. That's good news for me. I was a wee bit concerned there. Just with what we were seeing. I know we've not been creating a lot of chances right enough for the strikers. That said, but I don't think but we've got enough firepower. So hopefully this laddie we've got now will hit the gun running right away and he'll start scoring goals. I've got to push the boat out again a wee bit as well. I thought we'd maybe got a creative midfielder in and all, but obviously I didn't think that's got to happen. There's a couple of years left in the transfer window, you never know, mind you, but I'd like to see another creative midfielder coming in, because what we've got in the middle of the park now, I know I don't think we've got any of the players that's going to open doors. We're too similar. But I like that signing, that laddie, you know, because when you look at the other two, what do you call it, Chermiti, we thought he would, after he scored the 2 goals at Parkhead, you're saying to yourself, well, that's the lad he got to turn his Rangers career right round now, and he should kick on for there. I think he's actually went back to where he was before. He scored at Parkhead, and then you've got Majowski, who's I was talking about him the other day, Ox, as you know. I still think there's a player in Majowski, but he still shows it. But I was just listening to Southside there and all, mate. I didn't know that with Gasman, mate. That's terrible. So if that's what he's doing to Rangers support, mate, hell mend him. You know what I mean? Because if he loses his support, there's no way back for him. But that's shocking, mate. And if Rangers are, if there's anybody coming in for him and he's no want to be here, listen, he's welcome to leave. We want players that want to play with Rangers. You know, like this laddie for Germany playing in the third tier of the Bundesliga. You know, and the laddie put in a transfer request, I heard, you know, to come and play for Glasgow Rangers. That's the players we want. We want players that's hungry to come and play for Rangers. You know, that's the players we should be signing, and the players we should be welcoming to our club. No people like your Gasman and all that. It's getting the fans at tight or whatever attitude towards the fans, and he's no want to be here, eh?
Well, that's the impression. I mean, obviously, if we take the big his word, he's seen it. We've no, because we've only seen the TV pictures. But it's as simple for me all the time. Southside, yeah. I don't want anybody that doesn't want to be there, yeah.
I'm most speculating if he doesn't want to be there, he can go. Maybe he does want to be here, but your attitude's got to be right. And if you're taking criticism for the support, then take it. Go out and show and do something and go, well, what? Maybe we're wrong. The boy is trying. But his lack of effort and desire and everything else on Sunday was apparent. He wasn't the only one. The other ones you think could have done a bit better. But nah, you can't be just grilling at the Rangers support, mate, and making gestures. It's just no going to happen. He might be running about with a petty lip, or I gave him a fat lip, man, if he'd come anywhere near us. Because that's what it deserves. You can't be taking it. Take your medicine and go on with it and go out and say, right, I'll show you, I'll get the ball and I'll go and do this and that and I'll show you the effort. He's not doing it. He wasn't doing it. And it's not the first time this season that he's not been putting the effort in. He doesn't track back very much either, does he? He's another one that's a bit lazy that way for tracking back on players.
Listen, if he ups his numbers, then you score goals and create goals consistently. Yeah, away with murder. What you do after ball. But has he done it enough?
Aye. Mm-hmm. No.
You know, that's the truth, Billy, isn't it? If you're creating and scoring, mate, you get away with murder after ball.
Ah, that's right. But he's doing the exact opposite. I mean, a perfect example there with somebody that got abuse, as we all well know, for Eastern Closure. You know, it was Super Ali. Look at the abuse he used to get. You know, but Super Ali never let that get to him. He kicked on and listen, the rest is history. You know, best ever Rangers goal scorer, etc., etc. You know, so if that's the way
Well, that's the attitude of Gassama, mate. You should maybe take a leaf out of Super Ali's book or go and chap Ali's door, give him a wee phone, you know, just to say, listen, and Super Ali will tell you how to go about it. But you're right, Ox, you're bang on, mate. You're bang on.
Mr. Fox, he's not posted this, but he has made it. You know how wise he is, Southside, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, he felt that Gassama in particular has never kicked on at their club because of what happened at the start of the season when the place got a bit toxic. A lot of it wasn't aimed at the players. It was aimed at the management team and the board, wasn't
it? The majority of it. Then obviously players will take it because they were on the park. It's down to them performance-wise. But a lot of it was coached through the management at that time. But listen, I know he's young. He's a bit raw. You can see he's got talent and ability. It's a hard place to come and play, and the pressure's on you week in, week out to perform. And all we're asking you today for 90 minutes is go out and put on a performance in the jersey. We understand you can have a bad game. We understand maybe not everything you do that day all hang me, but don't cheat me when we're standing there watching that team. Don't cheat the support that you're not putting in the heart and the effort and the desire. That's just a natural given. You're on that park representing Glasgow Rangers Football Club. We're going for a league title here, and you want to piss about the park and no track back. Then when you get a bit of criticism, you're staring and shrugging your shoulders at the support. No, that doesn't happen. And if it does, then it's noticed. Then I'll be down to Danny Rowe or whoever to say, here, don't let that no happen again. And he's already been told on Sunday about it, but it can't happen.
He's a song, Southside.
I know. I don't know what's maybe taking teams got an issue. Obviously his. What else you know about? What do you think?
Now there's a pub in Green Street where all the prodigies you will meet. So come down here and together we'll have a jab. A welcome there you will receive, so good that you won't want to leave. A fine wee pub is Saltcoats Mermaid Bar. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. We all support the Queen and Crown. The prices here are the best in town, and the bar staff, they are one terrific crew. Everyone laughing, full of cheer. It's one tremendous atmosphere, singing to support the red, white and blue. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. It's nice to come to the Mermaid Bar when Rangers are playing at Ibrox Park. You'll forget your worries and all your cares, singing songs against the Tims before you watch the Rangers win. For everyone here supports the Teddy Bears. You'll hear the sash and Derry's waltz, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. If you are up from Belfast town, Tyrone, Fermanagh or County Down, Armagh, Antrim or London, Derry shores, the Mermaid is the place for you, so come and have a drink or two. Next time in Saltcoats you'll want to come back for more. You'll hear the sash and Derry's waltz, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. You'll hear the sash and Derry's waltz, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Oh, sorry for that interruption during everybody's tune. Everybody enjoyed it. Thanks to the boys who sorted out the slight technical issue there. Right, we'll part the Gossamer one, yeah. It's gone, mate. But to be fair, he wasn't the only one in the forward line, the creative players who didn't perform yesterday, if we're honest, Billy. Yeah.
Many of them, I was actually saying that to my boy yesterday after the game. I was going to give Southside a phone, but I knew he'd be scunnered. I says, I'll just wait. But when you look along that, the only one, where do you start for Ox? You look at Butland had a good game, he kept us in it. Sterling gets booked early, which nullifies him, so he's got to watch what he's doing. Shooters in and out of tackles, getting a lot of blocks in. Fernandez, he does what Fernandez does, but he's wanting too much time on the ball. Magoma, no at the races. Raskin, average, bang average. The other player, what do you cry him? The new boy was saying. Oh, the new boy was the colour. Chukwueze. Never seen nothing special in him, mate. Then you look at the forward line. What the Gidas, Sharmiti, nothing. The Danish fellow on the right hand side, nothing. What's his name? Asgard. You know, he was well sitting in the standard yesterday. He was ranked rotten, mate. You know, all these stupid pirouettes and all that carry on. Doing absolutely nothing, contributing nothing. And then we've spoke about Gassama. I thought the full team were stinking for all the part, mate. All the part we were stinking. And we got what we deserved out of the game, and that was absolutely nothing. You know? And when we had a brilliant chance to keep the pressure on Hearts, and there we've done it again. We've shot in the nest yet again.
hopefully it's your twist or turn, but it puts us, we have to up our game for Wednesday night. It's as simple as that, Southside.
Aye, we're at home. Against Kilmarnock. And it's got to get back. It's the only thing is we've got a couple of days to rectify it. So we need to. I don't know who the other two are playing, but it's doing what we do. But aye, it's a Wednesday night game. We've got a couple. We've got Motherwell in a midweek game as well shortly, but it all starts on Wednesday night again, and we've got to make sure we get a result. And I think you'll probably find maybe Milovski starting Wednesday night. I think he'll make a few changes again to the team, but to get back to winning ways, that's what we need to do.
Ox, can I just touch on something Southside was talking there? Was that all right, mate? You know,
Aye.
no, it's Scunner Mead, gentlemen, right? See the players, right? See when the players they're after it, right? And they get criticism, and rightly so, right? But you know, it's back to the old scenario again. They pick and choose when they want to turn up for games of football for Glasgow Rangers. And I'm sick of it, and I'm sure the rest of you are sick of it and all. They can't pick and choose when you've got to come on a game. And then when they get backed into a corner, they say, Ken, we'll show yous. And then they do it for a couple of games, and then they drop the standards again. They need to show see that will that they show when they're up and they're playing well. They need to do that consistently through 7, 8, 10, 15, 20 games a season. You know, obviously they'll have wee dips and forms. We totally understand that. But if the attitude's not right, you know, that's exactly what you're going to get. Is what we got yesterday. And that's what totally pisses me off. Sorry for swearing, Ox, but that's what really annoys me, mate.
Listen, you can draw a game of football, Billy. We talked about it earlier on when we drew the game at Tannadice a few months ago, mate. You know, we're disappointed in the result, but you couldn't be disappointed in the performance. Yesterday was both. I think everybody is singing for the collective same hymn sheet. I don't know anybody that I've been in contact with since last night that thinks any different. You know, how poor we were, creating the lack of urgency right from the start. And some people might think it comes down to Butland. You know, he seems to, we're trying to score a goal and the goalkeeper's got the ball for about 5 minutes, it feels like, yeah. So I get that he's trying to play for the back and they're looking for a pass. Sometimes you've just got to put it up a park.
Aye, exactly. Just hit a long ball and try and get them turning quick. Didn't give him a chance to get set up. I mean, see, yesterday, I don't know if any's clocked this, right? There were one time, right? See Big Fernandez, do you know how many touches he had on the ball before he moved the ball away? 8 touches. 8! I counted them. And see, he's next.
Bridgman never had that many touches in a season.
Honestly, Ox, that's the money.
By the way, that's true. That's true.
Bridgman, honestly, 8 touches in the ball as a centre half. Come on, you were a centre half, big man. What does that tell you? You're not shifting the ball about quick enough.
What tells me is that whatever he's going to do, he needs to have confidence in what he's going to do. And for him to do something right, he either puts a high ball in or he finds a Rangers player. And there isn't any because they're all guarded. That's what he sees. And unfortunately, we're stuck with that because you see them then they end up going across the park and they come back. Things like that, you know. And you're right, 8 touches, 9 touches. You wonder yourself, what on earth are they doing? But if the people up in front of them, if they make themselves available, they must be given the ball. And that's what we need to do. Make sure we're playing that way. Unfortunately, we give them the ball and they put it straight back to them. So you end up with this. They blocked it up. What do you call it? A low block they play. It just killed the game.
I don't think you can accuse Hibs of that yesterday. The one Dane was getting in their shout, and then they were pushing out. They were pushing out.
I'm talking about when we've got the ball. I'm only saying when we've got the ball. Obviously they're back defending, and they call it, as I said, I think they call it low block. So you're not going to do it. You need to have some imagination. Get a hold of a midfielder and give him the ball. He's going to play football, or he's supposed to be able to play football.
When we had the ball and we were taking it up to, they were just getting into their shape, which is their right to do in a game of football, Billy. Yeah, they're getting in their shape. and stopping all the passes. We were having to make straight passes or go long, which needs to be a perfect pass. We only got it right with the Mikey Moore incident, but if Fernandes is not getting any options, you've got to go quicker and get it wrong and stop teams getting set up. You know, and no too long, because obviously the ball's just running through the goalkeeper. But if the big Shamiti boy gets it played up to him sometimes, you know, the two wide men were, at times in the second half particularly, they were out in the wide, which is fair enough. I don't mind wide men being wide, but he named it around about him by Asgard, and he was coming short, and then so there's nobody in that hole, not in the whole centre of that park. If Shamiti did knock it down, nobody there, mate. Yeah? And by the way, some of that's got to be on the setup and the coaching staff, if we're honest, mate. Now, we're having a go at the players. We've got to be fair. We know that he's trying to shuffle a pack. You know, we know he's trying to shuffle the pack. We know what we've got player-wise. And he's done fantastic, the manager. But yesterday, at times, it was crying out for a change. He done it at Parkhead. He went to 4-3-3. And we turned the whole game around. Yesterday, we kept going with the same thing. That wasn't working.
I know. The 4-2-3-1. I know. You know my thoughts on the 4-2-3-1. I've banged on it for long enough away back to the Geo days. You know, but our problem is, seeing these games like this, as far as I'm concerned, guys, you know, we don't shift the ball quickly enough in these games like this. You know, we don't move the ball quickly enough. We're wanting too many touches on the ball. They're no trying to play wee triangles. They're no wanting to mix it up. You know, they're no wanting to going back one another up. I mean, Shamiti was isolated as well. You know, there's no point in just lumping a ball up to him if the rest of the players are 25 yards away from him. You know, what's he going to do? I mean, 4 against 1 doesn't work. You know, I mean, there was an incident yesterday in Ox. Southside, you'll have probably seen it, Mucker. It was Baizrami was out on the right-hand side of the park when he came on as a sub. He made a run 20 yards and he got to the 18-yard box and he lifted his head and there were not a soul in the box. It was all Hibs players and we actually won a corner out it. You know, he's got, and he's seen Baizrami, he's waving his horn, he's here to say, come on, get up and back me up. Honestly.
Aye, so there's some rang with the shape and off. You're not getting players in the box, you know. Listen, look, it's gone now. We've got to try and move forward. Sounds like that. We've got to try and move forward. Yeah, we can't change it. We'll play a game of football.
That's certain. There's been a wee bit of meltdown in certain quarters. Do you know what I mean? But listen,
I'm going to tell you something, mate, because I trust you. I wouldn't say this to anybody else. Just me and you, right?
Right, just me and you.
Right, I'm going to tell you, we will draw other games of football in the future.
Aye, I know. Aye, but hopefully not this season now. Enough's enough. Aye, and listen, there's a wee point. What is it? 6 points? Is it 6?
Aye, 6 points.
Well, we've got Hearts to play at Ibrox in a couple of weeks' time. And that's a chance to get some points back, and I believe there'll be a team or two will take points off them. I know they're in a bit of form, but listen, there's 14 games to go here. We've still to play Hearts twice, and they're still to play other teams, and it'll take a lot for them to go undefeated right through it, and then there are 14 games. So we need to keep calm, you know, take our medicine and we move on. And we need to do the business on Wednesday against Kilmarnock at Ibrox. And then obviously we've got a cup tie to negotiate after that, and then it's back to league business again. And that's how it is at our club. And we just need to make sure that we nail it. I think it's Motherwell after that on a Wednesday night. So we get 2 games out the road, and then we're back at Ibrox again. So listen, we are in the league. We've strengthened the team. We've got to be happy. I know we've done the business a bit early with some players, but if we'd managed to sign these 4 players in the last few days, we'd all been happy. We wanted certain positions filled. Obviously, Billy alluded to like another midfielder in there. Thought the boy Dow might have got over the line. Maybe we might have got him, but Rangers will put a tweet out saying that's a business done to the end of the season, now finished. So we'll see. But at the end of the day, we've got 4 players in. We're strengthened the squad. The board are back to manager. They'll put a few million in. So we've got to hope that that's enough to get us over the line.
Bridgman.
It's cruel. Sometimes it's cruel for the Rangers fans, and I felt really bad. The last two games we've played there, the blunders from the set pieces and things like that. I thought, to me, as I say, close to 3 goals. It's just not good enough. So we need to do better. However, here we are tonight, and we're disappointed again. A game before the game even kicked off, we should have won it. That's what our attitude is, because we're Rangers. But here we're no, for some reason or other, our players weren't paying attention. To me, anyway, they weren't paying attention to what was going on in the park round about them. And I'm afraid that Hibs lettered us as far as playing football was concerned. We were nowhere near. We had lots of possession, may I say, but it was all based on roughly based on the halfway line. We need to do better than that. We really need to do better than that. We need to pick ourselves up and go for it. And Southside's absolutely right. We've got some really, really tight games coming up, both at home and away. And we need to get that in, get our feet on the pitch and start scoring goals as quickly as possible. Because there's nothing that lifts you up better than scoring a goal and you win the game. Not just because it's that one goal, but scoring goals and winning games. That's the thing that keeps you going, builds your momentum, and all the confidence in the world flows, and you become a world beater then. I don't mean you're a world beater all the time, but you become a world beater when you're consistent and you're scoring a lot of goals. We need to do that. Simple as that. For me, guys, it's as simple as that. However, I don't know how we're going to get there, but we're going to get there.
Aye. Southside, do you think you'll bring Miovski back? Are you basing that based on his performance late Kilmarnock, mate?
I think he's just going to do game management, and I think it looks like to me he sort of hobbled a wee bit coming off the park on Sunday. And I just think game management, we're at home, and I think that's just my opinion. I just think he'll change it slightly, move a couple of players in and out. Maybe 3 or 4 changes against Kilmarnock, and I think it's just for game management ops.
All right, aye. Squad rotation. Yeah, squad rotation. I think we'll be joined by Bob Jer. How we doing, Bob Jer?
Oh, you certainly have. Good evening, lads. How we doing?
Evening, Bob Jer.
Aye. Evening, Reg. I've been listening to this show, and I hope there's no one here of despondency creeping back at us. I will agree. Yesterday, dishevelled, one-paced, unimaginative, all the adjectives you can get to describe a poor performance. And we were poor yesterday. I didn't remember that Hibs keeper making a save. But that's a bad performance the way everybody gets some. Just onward to the next game. Hope we can pick it up. And yeah, we're still well in this. Well in this. You'd think with the press and the media that we weren't, just because we dropped a couple of points at the weekend there. But no. And yesterday I should say, no. You're well in this race. You get it together. I hope the boy comes, the striker, and it's sloppy like it. They've agreed a fee and they've given him a medical. Well, it's kind of like he's coming in the door, eh? Let's hope so anyway. We'll see. Is there any word on that yet, Hawks? No yet.
Nothing official, mate. Nothing official. The only official it's broken tonight is that Rothwell's left the club, but we're waiting on an announcement of the big striker being official, mate. We've had a tweet that Southside Smith that says that our business is completed, but we don't know if that's included the big striker or yet. Nothing yet, mate. Watch this space. Bob Jer, we know it was a disappointing performance yesterday and a disappointing result, but hopefully that's it. Part of it can move on, yeah?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully we've got the bad performance through the system, eh? But having said that, I mean, they're one of the members of the 4 times a year club, that lot, and I sat last Saturday afternoon, I was there, and I watched their performance at Falkirk. They were absolutely dire, dishevelled, lack of effort, everything. They were absolutely brutal. Yet they come out there yesterday and turn it on, but the effort of them was just and day compared to what it was last week. And I'm no Hibs fan, but I've seen it with my own eyes. And why is that? The lives, they're all always up for against the Rangers. But we've said it for years and years. That's something that we've just got to love me. So, anyway, so a disaster. No disaster. They think up the road because they've signed a couple of players. That's the league one. No, hasn't it? No, hasn't it? We'll go here on Wednesday night against Kilmarnock and try our best to get a result. So,
yeah, score goals. I think Ross
score goals.
Score goals. Ross is back with us. All right, Ross.
All right, just talking about Gasman, telling the fans to shut up. Gasman, see you want to leave, big man. Use the fire exit and go. Leave the fans alone. We spend our money to watch you. Don't tell us to be quiet, because you're going to tell us to be quiet. We're going to sing louder. We'll sing the sash louder. We'll sing the farming. If you want to leave, you go. Nobody's telling you to stay.
Oh, no, mate. If it isn't, I'm a great believer in all players, mate. If it don't mind me, well, maybe he's just a sulky boy, a wee bit like Billy.
Oh, I don't know. I've stopped spitting the dummy. Unless the horses get bait right enough. But that's another.
We'll come to that in a minute, mate. We'll come to that in a minute.
Aye, listen, Ox, you know that the attitude has got to change. It's not just one player. The attitude of them all yesterday, and there were some pass marks, but the majority of them weren't. You know, but as I said, that's the game's passed now. We park that one and we move on to Kilmarnock, which will be a tricky game during the week. You know, obviously they got a good result there at the weekend against Aberdeen. You know, so Neil McCann, you know, he knows Rangers inside out. You know, so he'll have a good game plan in place, and they'll come here to try and frustrate us during the week. So we've got to make sure that we don't allow them to frustrate us. And when we play them on Wednesday night, everyone they're all bringing their A game to the party, and we go out and get the 3 points. You know, because we can't keep dropping any more points, lads.
Well, you say he knows his outside out on that starting 11 with their own Suter, Butland, Tavernier, and Raskin. They were their own 7 of the players, weren't they? You know, that's how rapid the change has been. Yeah. You know, but listen, the point that Ross is making, I don't think any of us disagree with it. If you've got a player where it's this one day, and it doesn't look as if it will be this one day, but if he wants his move, or he wants to get a move at any level, you go out and do it on the pitch and you'll get your move, because people will be lining up to sign you. You know, but if you get a reputation of a petulant Southside, well, people might look at you twice.
Aye. I've had players in the past that have been petulant and stuff, haven't we, over the years. It's down to them. They don't usually win it, they usually leave in time. So that's what it is, Ox. And players come, players go, mate, and that's the way I see it. And no point in getting attached to players because they come and go. To me, the football's changed. They don't get the same effort and desires. You pick up a wee injury, they're straight onto the treatment table and they can't play. There's a lot of players in the past that we've had we go on the park with a knock and just go on, mate, and play, or take the painkilling injection to get the job done and go in the park. But the days are gone with certain players now. They get a wee niggle or whatever and they just go and sit on the treatment table, or they just say I'm injured and that's it. So that's what we're up against with some players that were signed even that way in the past and all. But football's changed, mate, and it's no, even the way the game's played now and you watch the football that we're watching, players don't really go out and express themselves anymore. They're scared to lose the ball. They get so far up the park and they turn back. And even watched the Easter Road, we were thought 3/4 of the way up the park there on Sunday and they ended up with the ball back at our goalkeeper. You know, and you're just like, what is going on here? Why did they not just go and take players on? If you lose the ball, you lose the ball.
Is there too much made of possession, mate?
Aye, 100%. You can see the players have changed. Even the strikers, the strikers have changed. You're not getting the strikers like certain. See if you had certain players nowadays. You look at players like striker like Alan Shearer, you know, that used to just be fearless, headers in the box. You know, football's changed. It's totally changed, and it's not for the better. It's not too possession based, too safe. But
You've been
that's
hanging-
what
you've
we're
been
watching
hanging-
at the moment.
Have you been hanging about with a certain Mr. Oldbear?
How?
He's got-
What's the matter with Oldbear?
He's got a theory on it, hasn't he? The pet theory.
Aye, but I've not really, to be honest, I've not really discussed it with him.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
just-
that one with you. Ask him about the pet theory. Yeah.
Aye, I will. I'll be seeing him tomorrow. But it has changed, though. So you can see the football's changed.
Always for the better. I think you're right, mate. You're right, you know.
You know,
Yeah, but look, when you think that Majowski comes in, right? What other changes is he going to make to the team? What you on Wednesday night? Something.
I think Tav will come back, Ox.
I think Tab will come back. It was do you think it was strange yesterday when we were looking for a goal? You bring your errands and no Tab. Did that cross your mind at the game?
No. Tav's on his way out, as we all know. It's, you know, but no, it didn't. For all the time Aarons was getting anyway when he was coming on the last couple of minutes, you know. But I think Tav will come back on Wednesday night and play in the team. Just my opinion.
Rich?
Yeah, actually, I quite agree with Southside there about regarding Tav. I think he'll come back in and give that sort of the right back again. I think he's going to take that over again, and that gives him a wee bit. Maybe they'll slot Sterling up above him. I don't know, or they might just slot Tav in there above Sterling. But we need to do better than we've done. And Tav, the one thing about Tav, as we all know, it doesn't. He's going to take free kicks and he's going to take the penalties. And I don't think his free kicks have been much good of late. However, he might just manage to turn it on. His penalties have been excellent. So when we get a penalty and you get Tav in the team, you know, you could put your money on it. He's going to score, you know. And it's great to see.
Rich. I'm going to give you a wee tip. See, you get a penalty, mate. You need to get a ball in the box.
Oh, of course, I understand. Yeah, absolutely. And you need the wee guys on the ball as well, because they become victims. You know, we're up against some of these big bullies, and down they go.
You're right, big bullies. Terrible.
That's what I mean. You know, they get some of these big bullies in the park, and if you're a wee fella, you normally get something for the referee. But
sympathy.
Well, a bit of sympathy, because Gazman is going down too quickly, you know. I just find that too, you know. But there was a couple of times there, the last penalty he got was 100% penalty, in my opinion.
Up at Petone. I mean, you need the ball in the box. Do you think? Oh, Bob just seems to have perhaps it. Billy, do you think Tab will come back?
Aye, well, I think so, mate. Aye. He's maybe been carrying a wee knock. Maybe that's how, or he's just trying to manage him. Ox, maybe that's how he's trying to do. You know, after the European game, he's maybe just says, right, I'll give him a rest and Sunday away for him, you know. And he's put maybe Sterling in there for Mary's panique and Mary Sterling with his quickness, you know. Obviously, as I said earlier on, Mucker Sterling get booked early, so that it nullified his game. But I think Tavernier will come back as well. And listen, you could take your pick, right, and see if he's going to play the 3-1 again up front, a 4-2-3-1 type of thing. You know, you could take your pick who to drop there. By the way, I mean, I would play Baizrami Moore, and I'll tell you, maybe no. I would take the laddie Olsen out again and fire Ant-Man in there just to give him a run to see what he could do, and play Moore as a 10. That's what I would do, you know, because they couldn't have been any worse than what we seen yesterday with Majowski in the middle. Unless this new striker comes in, right enough. If you get this new striker, I would play a new striker right for the start.
I don't. Very seldom that happens, mate. He may be on the bench, yeah. I mean, obviously, we started day 2 players in the cup. Well, we started. One of them come on in the cup, didn't they? Sorry. Yeah, am I right? Aye, Olsen. Did Olsen start in the cup? I did. He started. No, it was the D, wasn't it? The D started, wasn't it?
That's right.
Aye. And Chiravani come on and played a bit. in the cup tie, but obviously you can't judge because of the opposition. Listen, Billy, I get your point when you make changes. I don't think he's that type of manager. I think we'll see some of them go again. But on the performance yesterday, you could drop any number of them. I don't disagree with that either. Southside, and then Bobja.
Nah, I think he'll make changes. Then you could have took the front three behind the striker off, or change the three of them. Scott Wilson probably needs the game time. But listen, if he didn't start on Wednesday night, it wouldn't surprise me. Really, why should he? He never really put in much. Again, there's 2 games in a bounce where he's not really done much. But I understand that he's got to get game time and to try and build up his fitness and get him back, because he's hardly had a lot of game time. But listen, we need players to be at it for the start. Ant-Man is flattered to deceive in a lot of games, been out injured for a bit. But listen, if Scott Wilson's not putting the mustard, then why not give him a game in there? And say to him, well, it's your turn now. Let's go out there and you show what you've got, and you'll stay in the team if you produce and start scoring and assisting. Players need to be hungry to come into the team and get a chance, and he might be one. But we'll see come Sunday what he does. Gasman, I wouldn't be starting. And Asgard, there's another one that might be fighting for his place on Wednesday night. Maybe no start either. So that would be 3. You could easily take out your team. I know we've took Olsen and we've meant to bring them in to enhance the team, but he needs to be up to fitness. He needs to be ready to go. And on that performance on Sunday and the performance previous to that, doesn't really deserve to hold his place in the team, does he, Ox?
I'm not a great lover of players getting their fitness in the first team, mate. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't think it's right, and that's a problem you've got in football at the moment, If they talk about if this match fitness is a real thing, how do you get it if you don't play games in between, But you're only setting up bounce games, etc. And that guy I agree with you, he looks miles off it. Yeah, he's not done anything so far. One cross maybe yesterday, in the first half. In the second half, I can't mind him contributing anything. I don't think he maybe gave the ball away as such, but it's not just recycling the ball and no hurting. We brought him into hurt teams, and so far we've not seen that. Bobja?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're no sports scientists or trainers or managers. We don't know what level of fitness the boys are, but I'm with you on that. I'm a bit disappointed, actually. There's a word for you. Oh, the boy, I do believe the boy's a proven player. I do believe he will come good at the end. But the situation we're in this league championship, can we afford to wait? We've got to get people on here that are going to keep doing the business week in, week out. And yesterday, we had about 8 or 9 of them that never. And we can't afford to carry that on back in these vital games coming up. We just simply have to get better. As I said earlier on the other conversation about it, we'll just got to get that out of the system yesterday. It's history now. We're still well in there. Let's look forward to Wednesday night against Kilmarnock and to the cup game at the weekend. Then the league games will take care of themselves after that. But I'm like you, Ox. I'm not a great lover of guys finding their fitness in the first team. It's too vital. But then again, who would we have put out there? This Ant-Man is no fit either. And we'll put that youngin into Kilmarnock, which I think is a mistake, by the way. So here we go, hey-ho, to Wednesday night. And we've got to get the 3 points on Wednesday night, and I think we will. But the overall problem with the Rangers is we're hardly making chances. We're not creating chances. Therefore, the strikers can't get chances to score goals. So we'll see what happens later on with the big German fella. And then if we're all going to pin our hopes on him, we'll just have to wait and see.
You can't score if you don't make them with chances, mate.
Well, that's right. I know they can't score. We didn't make the chances, but it's been an ongoing problem all season. But we managed to drag ourselves back into a league race, but it was over for us. Let's be honest. The league race was over earlier on the season, but we managed to drag ourselves right up that table, right back into full contention. And that's where we've got to stay there. As far as Gassaman telling the supporters shoosh or whatever he did, well, to me, we landed with 2 of them, him and Matondo. It wasn't Matondo's fault what happened on Sunday, but to me, the attitude's the same with the 2 of them. If they really want to play for the club, they're better away. I'm sure you all agree on that point, yeah.
One of them will be away in a few weeks, mate. One of them might be away at the same time, mate. If
It might be away tonight, yeah.
I don't think anything will happen in the night, mate. No picking that up, mate. No
But
picking
what do you
that
mean?
up,
What do you mean by a few weeks, Oxchair?
Well, we're
End of the
doing it in
season.
February, mate.
Aye.
Aye,
So
the
you mean
contracts are up in a few weeks.
aye,
My
end
daughter's
of the
contracts,
season?
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Aye. Nothing's going to change, but
No, that's
in
fair.
reality, Matondo, he's got a few weeks left of his contract, and obviously, if Gasman's not a man and an offer comes in, he'll be away. You know, because I don't think Danny Rowe will be happy with his performances, because we're not. I mean, he scored last 2 goals were scored. He scored them. Yeah, but if you look at his performance in the last game and the game on Sunday, it's not been great. And remember, he came on and sub against Dundee. He never get started, Southsider, and Billy.
Aye. Obviously scores in midweek and that in the Porto game and stuff, and Tyro's worked for him and knows his capabilities, and maybe that's how he's been maybe getting a couple of extra chances and starting. But he's certainly no slow in taking them off either. But he knows him as a player, he's worked with him. And he has, listen, the boy has got talent, he has got it there, you can see it. But you just need to work harder. And it's the one thing that us as supporters demand for your players, that they go and they try and they work hard. And listen, I can accept players can have a bad game, play half for them. It can happen. Don't expect them to play brilliant every single week. It doesn't happen. But at least if you're showing effort and desire and tracking back and doing the things that come natural that you expect for a football player in a blue jersey, then you can say, right, well, do you know what, he didn't have a good day today, but do you know what, he worked his socks off, he tried, he chased back, he done everything that was asked. Just things didn't come off from his passing was poor the day, and he couldn't get by a man and whatever. But just don't go out and show lack of effort and desire. Don't cheat us in a Rangers jersey, because it's something that the supporters don't tolerate. And that's just roughly what he's been up to at times. He's no showed it, and he's easily shoved off the ball at times. But he is a young player, and he probably shouldn't need to keep telling him, but obviously he needs to keep getting told to now. And if he doesn't, then he'll go and sit on the bench probably, Ox.
Well, anyway, you need competition for places, and that's maybe the problem at Danny's had, Billy. There's not been real competition in some of the positions, real competition.
Aye, possibly, Ox, possibly. That's obviously, Bob Gier touched on young Finlay Curtis away down to Kilmarnock. Maybe that's how lad he's doing there. Maybe the gaffer thinks he's overloaded in the wide areas, you know, with the players he's got. He maybe thinks he's got enough in there, and that's how he shipped the lad out on loan. But, I mean, we spoke about the Gasman there as well a couple of weeks ago, and there was speculation flying about with Monaco. Has his seed been turned? Maybe it has, maybe it's not, but even if, maybe, but even if it's, if it has been,
there's only one man to ask me.
Aye, but even if it has been turned, Ox, if it has been turned, mate, that doesn't give him a free ticket to go out with the attitude and go in the huff and all that. Yeah, that doesn't give him a free ticket to do that, you know.
Well, when Sky came in for Bridge, when we said, no, Bridgeman, you know what it's like.
Don't we all?
No, you're right, Billy. We pay his wages, yeah. And if he wants to get a deal done, he wants to, and it's all ifs, it's pure speculation, mate. That's what they employ agents for, to get a deal done, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Aye, and listen, the agents that, you know, the agents have got, sometimes, I think anyway, well, obviously they're not an agent for nothing. They're only in it for themselves to make as much money as they possibly can in a short period of time. That's the bottom line here. And if they say anything different, they're just kidding. They're just trying to kid everybody else on. But what the problem with these agents is as well, mate, they fill these laddie seeds with nonsense. You know, I can get you this, I can get you that, I can do this, I can do that, you know. And before they know it, the laddie seeds buzzing out their nut, and it takes their mind right after what they're meant to do and go and perform in the park. You know what I mean? So the very objective they've got to know, like for your gas man to know, is to go out and perform on the park. That's his job. You know what I mean? And then the rest takes care of itself. It's not the opposite way about.
And if you want to move, that's the best way of getting it, mate.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
They'll be banging the door down everybody, any league, any player. Bob, you?
Oh, that's exactly right. I mean, I dare say Gasman will not go up to Rangers and say, oh, well, I'll only try 50%. Did they give me 50% of my wages? No. If you're going to go there and you're selected to play, you get your full maximum, especially playing with a club of your magnitude. Of course you do. I wouldn't like to think there was somebody out there playing for Glasgow Rangers that didn't try. No, that's not on. But yeah, the guy, he is a good player. He's a decent player. He can take people on. He can go by them. He can score goals. It will seem. But I agree with the gentleman there. His head's probably been turned with the speculation in Marseille. What was the figure they were offering there, Ox? It was quite a considerable sum, wasn't it? That Marseille were offering for about 6 million. 10 million quid, aye. It did.
Reported it was Monaco, mate, you know.
Monaco, I'm saying Marseille, but it was Monaco, aye. Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a lot of money. And these agents are a thorn in people's sides.
There's no lot of money in Monaco, mate.
No, nothing's a lot of money out there in Monaco. What a choice, Governor Monaco. But at the end of the day, the boy's playing by Mike Daniels' club, and he should recognise that fact. Don't turn around and tell supporters to be quiet and take the huff and fling dummies out prams and what have you. If it isn't what they did for us, that's fine. Move on somewhere else. I'll get 7 staying off.
We've seen it before, mate. We've seen it with him this year. Sometimes we've actually tried to defend him and say it's because he's been playing on the wrong side of the pitch. If I'm honest, it shouldn't matter where you're asked to play. Your attitude should be right.
Aye, of course it is. But like you say, he looked a wee bit huffy at times on the right-hand side. As we thought, looking at him, his attitude, his actions, he didn't really contribute much. He didn't look too comfortable there, and sometimes he switched him on the left and his effort went up and he was going by players and he was doing things that he wasn't doing on the right-hand side. As if, all right, you played me on the left now, so I'll do something. He's a winger, and listen, he's right fitted, so I don't see how he can't play on the right, get down to the byline and whip balls across, and always want to come inside. It can be a bit predictable when you've got players like that. They get so far, and defenders should know that he's not going to take him down the byline. He's going to come inside and try and get a shot off or play a 1-2. So he's a wee bit predictable that way. I think he's still light. I still think he gets pushed off the ball. He's not got much fighting him. He certainly doesn't track back enough or quickly enough. I read it sometimes. So that's another aspect to his game. I don't think he's 23-year-old, but it's things he probably has to learn. He'll learn it quickly. And up to now, we've got 14 league games and possibly 3 or 4, whatever it is, cup games left to play before the end of the season. And probably, I think, we'll sell him in the summer. Should another club come in and bid over the £10 million mark from, I believe he'll probably sell him. But at the moment, he needs to start producing and not go in or look as if he's in a huff and not happy on the park. He should be privileged to come and play at our club, mate. Get 50,000 at home most weeks, just about get gear take that are supporting you. You've got a league title to go for. You can put yourself in there, make yourself a hero. So just go on with it and get your head down and play. It's all we ask you today, innit? It's all we ask today. It's no hard thing to achieve. 90 minutes on a Saturday, just do what you can and play your best if possible, and you'll be thanked for it.
Aye. Listen, anybody can have a bad game, anybody. But there's still basics, and when you get to that level, mate, because you've been richly rewarded, doesn't matter what you say, richly rewarded. Just want to change the subject. Don't worry, we've got to mention Southside Super 6. Very unlucky, but I think it's only right that we congratulate our women's team, Billy, for reaching the final yesterday. Coming back in the death, getting a draw and getting it done on penalty kicks. So congratulations to the ladies for making another team for the city of Glasgow, and we'll play Glasgow City in the final, yeah?
Yes, well done, the Rangers ladies. See that
Well, 3-1 down to.
aye, and the Rangers keeper saved 3 pens, I believe, Ox.
Yes.
I don't know the lassie personally, but a good friend of mine should I say is
No, Billy. No, Billy. This is a family show.
a good friend of mine who I wait to line me back and for it. Is good friends with Kathy. Kathy Hallett plays with the Rangers ladies, so well done, Kathy, and all the Rangers ladies yesterday for getting into the final.
Yeah. Always good to beat them. Doesn't matter the circumstances, Bridgeman. Eh?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Every time, every sport, call it what you like, we can beat them and we get above them. That'll do me fine. Win against them is wonderful.
Yes, fair play to them, Southside.
Aye, I didn't see it. I didn't see the game yesterday, but aye, it was a great achievement. It was good to get into the final and hopefully they're going to win it.
Yeah. Aye, you were right, Bob Ger. They were 3-1 down, come back and go to equalise it to death and then got it in penalties, yeah.
I said the highlight for it last night. I was very proud of them. Well, I'm like you. I'll beat them in any circumstance. Anything. Tiddly links. A lot. Anything.
Yeah, just on another note, at one point on Saturday afternoon, for about 90 seconds maybe, the Southside Super 6 was up. All 6 teams were winning. And then a fluke event, Southside I sent you. Did you watch it?
Aye, I had a look at it when you sent me it, aye.
It was some deflection, wasn't
It was shocking, wasn't it?
it? Aye. Just shows you pure luck. And then, by the way, was that a penalty for Cardiff?
Stonewaller.
So it was robbed, Billy. Robbed.
Listen, the big man was unlucky. You know that. Did you know cash out Southside? Did you know get a offer like a wee cash out mucker, or did you know did you know even contemplate doing an auction?
No, but I'll bear the line tomorrow, so it's just proof and there's proof in the pudding. Although a majority I know will believe me since I'm going to tell you. Done a Sky bet. Now the Sky bet you did, I done that and I ended up with 2 draws and 4 wins, 85.5 to 1. It kicked in it yesterday. I was waiting in Spurs Man City for a draw. And it bounced in, but I done that on the Saturday. I know you're not going to give me any credit for it. I know, but it bounced in at 85.5 to 1.
How did you not give us that on here then?
I just say that wee bet myself, and it doesn't usually come in, to be honest, because I predict the scores. But aye, I was waiting on Man United yesterday with a win, and they scraped in and Spurs to draw, and they were 2-0 down, I thought oft. But aye, I got that Sky bet and 6 up yesterday, Billy.
Well played, and you never bet my horse. Unbelievable. Disappointed.
I didn't, Billy. I was chalking Saturday, mate. You said that. Yeah, it was too busy the day for me. I didn't get a chance, but I should have because it bounced in it.
Aye, 9 length it won me, Ox. No 1 length, 9 length it won me.
Billy can't multitask. He's not that type of fella. One thing at a time. You know, well, unlucky on Saturday with the Southside Super 6, and congratulations for getting your bet up you never shared with the rest of us. Yeah, there you go. Say that through gritting teeth. 85 to 1.
All the YouTube boys will be spitting teeth. Southside.
I know.
I don't know if you've come out of that one with any credit, but you kept the line up. Anyway.
Well, I put it this way, I was happy, so I wasn't giving a sugar if you ask me.
You were unlucky. Mate. And Saturday, they were all winning for some people made a profit.
Oh, did you make a profit? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, timing in life's everything, mate. You know that. You know, is that wise man Kenny Rogers says you've got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Anyway,
Correct.
we digress.
Is there any truth in that, Buck?
That's true, mate. That's life in general, isn't it?
Of course it is.
You know.
By the way, can I
listen,
just ask a question? See the chap that
Yes.
we're talking about being transferred in. Is a German guy? Is it a German guy? Big
Yes.
tall fella. Is he fit?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Well,
brilliant.
he's been playing every week, mate. He played last week.
No,
yeah.
that's why I'm asking. Now, forgive me, I haven't read anything, so it's a complete surprise to me that he's coming in. But I'm happy.
He might be fit. No, the luck of storing something in a medical book for 6
Oh
months. You know
no!
what I mean?
Oh no!
You know, but listen, we'll see. We'll see what it takes us. We've had nothing official yet. I don't know if anybody else has picked it up. I've not seen anything official yet to say that the deal was completely done. Loads online, but nothing official. I like to see it official, Billy.
I came on the show there, Mucker, about last hour. I've been jumping back and forward social media platforms on the Rangers website, and no, there's nothing official as of yet, but there's a lot of positive speculation. But we want to see him. We want to see him with the scarf above his head. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, we have positive speculation about Southside Super 6 every Friday.
He'd be real asking Mystic Meg the next time he's got to get it up.
Now, Billy, enough of
Mystic Meg.
private life. Right, listen, just quickly. We have to part Sunday. It's gone. We can't change it. It's there. But we can influence the future. So it's time to get behind the team, get the sleeves rolled up, the support, the players, the management team, everybody. Wednesday night, focus. Object.
Well, absolutely. This is the time now. I mean, history has gone, and it's down to the future now. You're on about predictions there, about Southside Super 6 and what have you. I was up a fortune teller myself today. I says, can I get my palm read? So she barred it with a hammer. Right.
Did it go red then?
That's better than German, Jan, last week. Right, that's forever gone. Right, lads, I'll say good night. I'll need to take the W. So, on we go to Wednesday. What was that?
Good night, Bob.
Good night, lads.
That was the bad for Bob. Right, Billy.
Please hold.
How do we fix it?
Just go out and win. That's all we can do. We've got to go back into winning ways again. Back into winning ways against Kilmarnock Wednesday night. Get us 3 points. That's all we're wanting. You know, by hook or crook, just get the 3 points done and get back in winning ways.
Aye. Sounds simple, so said, but you've got to do it.
Aye, listen, they're no on a great run of form, Kilmarnock, you know, and so listen, we're at home, so we've got to win and make sure we win, and it won't really matter if it's 1-0 and it's a bridge, man, fine, we'll take it. I'm not too worried about the performance. As long as we make sure we get the points, then we can get the cup game out the road, change the team, then hopefully we'll refresh the squad, and maybe the new striker once the deal's done and the paperwork's done by the SFA before 11 o'clock. We'll see him on the park, and maybe we'll get a few goals for him and start to see the new signings, the left back also. Maybe Scott Olsen will be up to a bit more playing time and all, and his Walker, and maybe we'll start to function as a team and big.
Would you play
in the middle
him on Wednesday night, Olsen?
I would put him on the bench, Olsen, on Wednesday. I wouldn't start him, but I'd play him in the cup game on the Sunday.
Okay, mate. Okay. Just one. Listen, Bridgeman.
You mean, are we going to pick Olsen or no? Is that what you were asking me there?
No, just the time we lined up the show, mate.
All right, cool. That's magic. I didn't know it was happening. I do apologise. Can I just say, fantastic night, Oxford. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The guys are great points to talk about as well. Some difficult and some true. It's really difficult times. Can I just say, A big shout out to the techie boys in the background, and of course yourself and Southside for carrying me through the show. Thank you very much, guys. And to all the Rangers fans out there, listen to what we're saying. We need 3 points at the weekend. We need 3 points. Keep it going for the Rangers, everybody. Keep it going.
Yeah, thanks to Ross who joined us, Billy and Bob J. Thanks to Bridge and Southside for doing the show, Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers and hopefully with some more clarity in all the deals, if any, take place later on. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Take it away, Old School Blue.